In the anime adaptation for the Itachi novels, one of the most important scenes in the novel in regards to Itachi's development wasn't animated because the animation team decided to make an entire filler episode that had Itachi's team chasing around cats. Instead, the only part of the episode that was close to the source material is when Itachi recalls Obito killing his teammate Tenma. In today's Naruto Explained video, I'll give you the answer to what Itachi's thoughts were the moment he saw Obito kill Tenma, and hopefully this will provide some much needed clarity as to why it affected Itachi as strongly as it did and why it consciously awakened his Sharingan. The scene in question takes place during Team 2's mission to escort the feudal lord to Konoha. At first, it seems like nothing more than a routine protection of a big-name celebrity client. However, Itachi is the first person to notice that a certain masked man is appearing in the middle of the road and is behaving in a particularly odd fashion. I'm going to begin reading from the moment where Itachi realized that Obito intended to kill everyone else, and then come back to you guys with my analysis. And I'm going to warn some of you guys, what I'm about to read is very graphic, and it's here that I quote. The air shook. Itachi felt a subtle disturbance in his chakra. "Sensei!" Itachi shouted, but it was too late. Everyone was under a genjutsu. Itachi immediately dropped down into a defensive posture, while before his eyes, Yuki was frozen in place. Through his skin, Itachi felt people freezing all around him, which meant the genjutsu was spreading. Oh, that there would be someone who could avoid my genjutsu. Said the masked man. In a flash, the voice of the masked man, the masked buffoon, was brimming with intelligence. The hole in the mask seized on Itachi. Oh, my, to think that there would be two. Interesting. Itachi's hands trembled and his breath caught. He wasn't the only one who avoided the genjutsu. Itachi felt a chakra and an aura racing up behind him. Someone was nearing him. "What did you do?" shouted Tenma. Before he could stop him, his teammate Shinma was charging at the man. As he ran, Tenma glanced at Itachi. "Genjutsu is my special, you know. You can't catch me off guard with a technique like this." "A technique like this? Such arrogance," the man murmured. The man was laughing. At least, that's how it looked to Itachi. The bloodlust he felt emanating from the man kept him rooted in place. "Guys like this, if we take them on together, they'll be done in a second. Come on, Itachi." "Tenma," Itachi called to him. Something was wrong. "We need to look at our..." Itachi began, but Tenma thrust his kunai at the throat of the man. "A ninja who cannot properly assess a situation," the man began. "What's happening?" Tenma asked. He's scared, Itachi thought, and for good reason. His arm had been sucked into the man's throat and shot out through the back of his head. At first glance, it looked as if his hand had smashed through the man's head, but the man didn't look the slightest bit uncomfortable. Not a drop of blood was spilled. What was going on, Itachi thought. Tenma's arm passed right through his body. "A ninja who cannot properly assess a situation will die," the man finished. Itachi's knees shook. Tenma uttered a sound so strange, it was hard to believe it came from a human being. His body, it flew into the air. The fulcrum was the man's arm, which pierced Tenma's body. This isn't an illusion, Itachi thought. Fresh blood gushed everywhere from Tenma's torso, flowing to the ground like a waterfall. Tenma's convulsing tiny seizures, gradually growing quiet, caused Itachi's kunai to shake in his hand until he finally stopped moving. He's gonna kill us, Itachi thought, unable to move. Those who would rush forward, recklessly seeking attention to die young. That is the reality of those who become ninja. End quote. As we can see from this scene, Itachi immediately recognized the danger in front of them. He saw past the buffoon act that Obito was displaying, but unfortunately, his teammate Tenma hadn't. This scene is so important to Itachi's development because I believe it's in this moment that he began to realize how little he actually knew about teamwork. To think that Itachi was surprised that Tenma broke through the genjutsu when genjutsu was his specialty speaks volumes to how little Itachi knew about his teammates. He often skipped socializing with them in order to go train on his own because he viewed them as a weighted ball and chain weighing him down. You have to wonder, if he would have taken the time to get to know his teammates, then he wouldn't have been caught off guard by Tenma's ability. He wouldn't have been reacting and could have reached Tenma before he charged Obito. Tenma's death falls on Itachi's hands as much as it does on Tenma himself. It's also worth noting that the first time Itachi is face to face with a shinobi that can actually kill him is during this moment. From what we see here, Itachi did have a sound enough mind to wait, but he was still frozen in fear, which shows that yet again, for all of Itachi's genius, he's still a 7-year-old child, not even yet 8 years old. So what did you guys think about this scene? Did you wish the anime properly showed it to us instead of just skipping over it? Well guys, that's it for my video today. If you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Have an awesome day, guys.